Well, that was the end of Theogony, Creation and Destruction, played by the Poulton Band under their MD, Dave Collins. And before we get on to the next band, which would be Longridge, who are conducted by Mark Peacock, just tell a little bit more about the programme they are playing. They are starting off with Starburst by Dan Price, followed by In the Hall of the Mountain King, Grieg arranged in the old Bill Geldard arrangement with soloist Tim Bateman. Another opportunity to listen to Witch of the Westmorlands by Archie Fisher, arranged by Philip Harper. Money Makes the World Go Round by Andy Duncan from Cabaret, and they're finishing off with a fugue and finale from Vitae Aeternum by Paul Lovett Cooper. So that's coming up later. At the present time, though, we are joined by Dave Hollin, MD of Kibworth Band, Carol Smith, who played the flugel solo with them, also by Daniel Brooks, who was the MD of Alan Silver, and also by Bethan Plant, who was their soloist. Welcome to you this afternoon. Beautiful day outside, isn't it?
Absolutely fantastic, yeah.
And we are stuck in here doing all the hard work under the lights. Like, it's a hard life we have for this part of it as well. Yeah. Bringing you all together because you were two bands that really has an emphasis on encouraging youth.
Yeah.
Dave, you said it's something that is really important for your band, and Danny, you said as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I've only been at Kibworth for a few weeks. Carol's been there quite considerably longer, 25 years.
25 years.
Like that, yeah.
Right.
Just talking about this before we came onto the interview, but yeah, we've had two of the youth band or the youth contingent that have played for us today. It's their first contest. It's important that we keep the youth thing going to filter through players. Kibworth said a history of being right at the top, winning the championship section. Thankfully, as far as I'm aware, not dropped much lower, than the first section, which is great. More recently, struggled for numbers, but hopefully, if we keep the youth thing going, we'll be able to filter even more players through, which will be fantastic. They've done a great job for us today.
Kenny, it's something that you've picked up on a number of times.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest challenges for any band, any organisation that runs a successful youth system, is the step, isn't it?
Yeah.
From the youth band to the main band, isn't it? Is there a stepping stone in between in your case, or is there other bands in the area that will help you out in that regard?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we've got about 43 kids on the books now. We started the youth band, Kibworth Centenary Youth Brass, in our centenary year. I helped run it for a little while. Unfortunately, due to work commitments quite recently, I've had to hand it over, but there's two other members of the band now that run that, Sam Haig and Becky McGlone. They do private lessons, and they go into the schools as well and doing peripatetic lessons, such like, and then once a week they have like a youth band that comes together. And a lot of the emphasis on learning to play together as a band.
So you have two players from the youth band playing with the band today. Do you get quite a regular flow of players coming from the youth band?
Yeah, I mean, in the actual, we try and get as many of them that can come to, come and play as a group in the band. There's usually about, out of the 43, there's usually about 25 that turn up to play together, so yeah.
Fantastic experience if they're learning
it's
within the
going
main band
from
as
right
well,
beginners right to the very beginners to some that have been playing for a couple of years.
Well, one band has really done it has been Ellen. Danny, Ellen Silver Youth Band has won countless.
World famous, I think, aren't they?
I like that. Yeah. World famous. Is that the band say that? You've got to get it world famous. You do it there.
I think they're preparing to go to Lille next year for the European Championships as well.
Yeah, great stuff.
But I mean, you look round Ellen Silver Band, and 4 years ago it was competing in the third section, and then essentially there's probably 12, maybe more. People who've recently come through the youth band, and I mean they've been playing with the main band for 3 or 4 years, so it's not something that, but we had a child, probably a 14-year-old cornet player on second cornet making his debut today, didn't we? Yeah. Who's never played with the senior band, has only ever played with Ellen Youth, so it's crazy the output. The whole back row was under the age of 16, I think Bethan probably being the oldest, and sharing an example, Bethan's the principal cornet of the youth band and is playing rep with the main band, and that turnover, and we never have a gap, because whenever there's someone not there, there's someone learning in that seat, or if there is someone there, it's like we have a constant turnaround of if there's people missing, well then people can learn.
A shining example is Bethan, who played the solo star performance today. Of course, you had David Reed, waxing lyrical about to play in there as well, playing an old Getson a Turner cornet, which must be 5 times more than your age. I think it must be 40 odd years of age, but fantastic playing from there. How much do you enjoy both playing with the youth band and then playing with the senior band?
I love it. It's really good. Playing in the youth band is really good because you're learning together with your friends, and then whilst playing in the senior band as well, it's a more serious performance with
See, we were
the
talking
senior
earlier.
band.
We were talking earlier with David as well about the lyrical cornet playing as well. You've got a great example with Sam Harrison in the band.
Yeah.
A really great lyrical cornet player. Is that somebody you look up to? Is that kind of role model?
She's always been there since from the very beginning that I've learned, and I've tried to follow in her footsteps really.
One thing
Playing.
Bethan won't remember but us old timers will is that the piece that you played today, which Howard Snell arranged and was played at the Granada Band of the Year by Christine Withington.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
two twins from Fulham, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fulham's style, yeah.
Indeed. Going back to the 1980s, a little bit before we were time.
That's before my time.
You didn't need to.
But it's great to see that the two bands like this are really long-term investment in you. It absolutely pays off. Top bands, many of the bands who are playing for that trophy next week, it's a shining example of what they can do to sustain themselves.
Absolutely, and I mean, you listen to players like Bethan. I mean, we've seen a lot of young players today. It's been a tremendous day for youth playing, hasn't it? Really encouraging.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have to say that fantastic playing, Carl, fantastic flute playing as well. It was great, David, great to see you in front doing the band as well. Great to see you doing a bit of comparing as well.
Oh, well, do you know what? I turned around and saw all those cameras and it frightened me to death. I've calmed down a bit.
You're a natural, but not a natural. Bethan, congratulations as well on your fine playing. We look forward to hearing you play again. Danny, you're doing great work with the band there as well. Just one little thing that we want to say to all of you. It wasn't Jeremy Corbyn who was actually doing the narration with Poulton Longridge. He didn't look exactly like him. Yeah, he's going for votes outside there. He did a fantastic job on there. So we've had a great time there as well. Congratulations on your performances, and I think we're looking forward to hearing much more from both of your bands in the future. At the present time, then, I think they're just about ready for Longridge Band with Mark Peacock in front of them. As I said, they're going to be starting off with Starburst by Dan Price, followed by In the Hall of the Mountain King, Edward Grieg arranged by Bill Geldard, followed by Witch of the West Merlins, Money Makes the World Go Round, which is from Cabaret, which was a book written by Christopher Isherwood, all about the Weimar Republic in Berlin in the 1930s. Who says you don't get education here from 4 Bars Rest?
A little
bit of light bedtime reading, and then finishing off with a fugue finale from Vitae Aeternum by Paul Cooper. So we'll take you back to the hall. Hopefully Longridge will be ready to take the stage under their MD, Mark Peacock.